Alright, so here we go. Part 2. In this episode, I'm going to show you the shop being built, the gravel being poured, and putting up the tarps. Here we go. There's a lot of pressure in here. Okay, got mine. $13 smoothie, 2 rusty nuts, the ambulance, the welder. What does that mean? Alright, so day 1. They are cleaning off the pad a little bit, and they're going to start doing their layouts, right? So they got to mark all of the columns, where they're going, and they got to start drilling the holes to act the anchors for the columns. I don't remember the size of the anchors. I think they're 3/4. They're pretty large because the building is 16-foot eave height, right? So that means at the very end of the building, or side, the very side, the lowest point is roughly 16 foot. It's like 15 6 inches or 15 8 inches, something like that. But from the bottom of the steel is what I'm talking about. See that puff of smoke? That's actually them drilling the holes for the anchors in the concrete. Alright, watch the right hand side of your screen. There's this random bird we caught on camera. Right here, he's setting the supports, the tension supports, right? So it's not a full column, it's like just a base plate. And the cables, which you'll see later on, is what attaches to those. Alright, so now he's getting the metal columns. So these are the center one and the one closest to us, I guess. So he's using the skid steer to hold the columns up, and then the other guy goes and holds them down, or anchors and tightens the anchors down. They're wedge bolts. So when you tighten it, it pulls up, and then it puts tension so it can't actually come out of the concrete. So sorry for the camera view. I know it's not the greatest, but I couldn't be there every day to record everything. Alright, now he's assembling the trusses. And he's just going to assemble those first two. Okay, no, he's assembling the third truss. Alright, so here we are, or he is, putting the columns up in the front of the shop, you could call it. This is where all the doors, all three doors are going to go. Alright, now he's putting the E struts on. Basically, the pieces of steel, it's almost like a purlin that goes from one column to the other. And I'm not sure, but I think at some point I actually turned the camera upward so you can see. I'm not sure when. But the whole thing bolts together. This is a engineered building from Rhino. So there's no welding except for when he puts on the gable ends. Okay, so now you can see a little better the E struts. And then they got that one truss on the very front of the shop is up. So now he's putting on the support column. And so here, I'm pretty sure today they're going to put these, all the trusses are going to be up. Yeah, so if you look to the right, they're just bolting it onto that column. And now they're doing the other side. The side closest to us, obviously. Okay, so now we're putting on the Z-purlins so they can attach the roof panels to them. So same thing, these just bolt on to the trusses. The trusses have clips that are welded on to the top of them, they just bolt to that. Alright, here we are. It's like day 4 of actual work. We've got all the verticals are in place. Okay, anchor down. Got your anchors right there. You got your heavy duty main truss in the center. So I didn't realize this until he said something. But this truss right here is actually thicker than this outside one. Well, maybe an inch, if you can see how this one is not as wide. See the connection up there as this one. But everything's bolted up. All your Z-purlins are bolted up with the wing clip gussets. You can see that. Oh, now you just see my dirty finger. Center portion bolted in. Doesn't look like they made the concrete. The guy that did the concrete is not the same guy that's doing the building, so don't blame him. But it's coming together. I'm excited. Alright. Today he's putting on, there's supposed to be supports that attach to the purlin to the truss, but they don't, it's not really a very good support because it's on a bent piece of metal on only one side. So if it moves, the metal just bends. So I don't know what the purpose of those was, because it pretty much does nothing. Okay, here's the update. These braces were installed yesterday, so now we're ready for frame inspection. Today, he did some groundwork, so kind of grading this out so we can put the gravel and stuff And then we used all the sand that was here, so that's good. Won't have that big pile anymore. Okay, here we are with our update. Passed frame inspection this morning, so it was more like lunchtime. So we got the insulation, and then they started sheeting. It looks like they had the scissor lift here earlier. I guess they had to take it back for something. Here we are. Man, this building's big. Here's all our end caps. I don't think our panels are as long as I thought they were, because your ridge cap is damn near the same width as that. Okay, well, here we go. Okay, day 8. So they're going to put the insulation down, and then they're putting the roof panels, or our panel, on top of the insulation. And then they screw that into the Z-purlins, you know, the horizontal pieces. They're basically sheet metal screws with a rubber washer on top of it to prevent water from leaking through. Well, I caught him in the act this time. This is day, we don't know, but one day more than yesterday. It looks like they got more of the insulation hung and cutting out for skylights. Got the all-terrain lift today. Looking pretty good. Well, What do you think? He's not listening to me. Trying to beat the cold?
What's that?
So trying to beat the cold?
Yeah, trying to get in over the sinking insulation. We've had one problem after another today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been out to look at the machine. This is the third machine we've had.
No shit.
It's the last one in North Texas.
Wow.
It does not work.
Wow. Because that's why the...
And then after lunch I forgot the lights, so I had to go get them. I already put two of them in.
Which lights? You put it on skylights.
I already put them in.
Yeah, I see that. Well, here we go. Next day. So, it doesn't look like he got much further than when we left him the other day. It was probably too windy. We got our gravel and dirt. That looks like a lot. So all these are going to go there so we can get the ambulance and everything in without hitting the tanks. But yeah, I think we're the same. We might be one panel more, but it looks like, I'll have to look back at the video, but I think we're the same as we were yesterday. Cool. One more day, a little bit of progress. Here we go. Okay, you see those clear pieces on the bottom right hand side? Those are the skylights. So basically it's just a plastic version of the metal panel. And I'm so glad I did that. The skylights, I mean, it helped out tremendously with, you know, just ambient light being in there. And it's pretty bright during the day. here we go. The next day update for the day 1 plus yesterday. Oh, looks like they almost got it all sheeted. He doesn't look happy. Looks like we only had one casualty. Oops. Looking good. Got bags. Looks like they started putting the ridge cap on too. I'm gonna have to try and get up there and see if I can see what it looks like from the top. Okay, how much dry am I gonna have with the shop here? With only a carport, looks like about 25%, maybe 40%. Depends on which way the wind's going, I guess, huh? I guess the wind's coming in this way. All that is wet. All this, but all right here is dry. Yeah, so just stay in the middle, right? Alright, now you're going to see me hang a light. And this one is just for test. Pay attention here, he's spreading the gravel. Okay, so today it looks like they're going to put on the end caps. And I think what has to happen is, since I didn't have the gable ends in the original plans, no, that shouldn't matter. I was thinking they were putting on these end caps and then they're taking them off, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Look on the left-hand side here. He's about to clear all this out and spread the gravel. But these pieces that they're putting on basically captures the end of your R panel to make it, you know, look better. Alright, here we are, another day. So, gravel's been spread. We'll have to do some little trimmings to get it away from the fence, but I got all that done. The trim is done on both sides. If I can do it without the sun getting in the way. Maybe I can't. right there. So trim's done both sides, gravel's done, and we even had enough gravel to put on this side right here. You probably can't tell, but before it was an unlevel mess with a lot of those ambrosia weeds. Oh, gable ends still need to be done, which is coming. What else? I gotta hook up. I'm gonna get the lift today, and I'm gonna hang my lights above. And what else? I think that's it. So I don't know what's the deal with the insulation just hanging there, but I'm sure it's gonna get cut before the end of the week. But yeah, I might start driving on this just to see how it works out, but it looks like it's gonna be good. So it's pretty level with our approach, and a lot of this stuff will flatten out when you drive on it. I'm excited. Oh, they taped up the skylights, so those are all taped off now. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, day 12. They are taping up the insulation basically where the skylights are, and they should be cutting it, the edges too. Well, I think they missed one. Okay, right here they're about to put up the Z-purlin, the horizontal Z-purlin, so they can do the gable ends. Now, he kind of screwed me on this one, because he put it in backwards to where the lip on the inside is the lowest point, and it really should have been the other way. And you'll notice later on when I'm trying to attach the tarps and do walls, well, not actually the walls, but attach the tarps to it, it's really hard for me to get in between that lip and the actual R panel. So this side closest to us he did correctly. The lips on the outside of the building, the lowest point. Okay, today I'm putting the lights up. I'm hanging the lights. So these lights are 15,000 lumens, and I got them for $50 each on Amazon. And they already came with a plug. Now, I'm sure you electrical guys, if you're watching, you're going to hate this. But basically, I just ran extension cord to each one of these lights, and then I have it attached to a power strip. They're LEDs, so they don't draw a whole lot of current. And it's not a permanent solution, right? So permanently, we'll have an electrical box up there, and we'll just plug them in that way. But for now, I needed light ASAP, so that's what I did. And I'm hanging the signs. I have more, I just don't know where they're at, so I'll have to hang those later. Okay, look at the top right. This is where he hacks off all the R panels to make them, the same plane as the roof, and then he puts on the trim. Okay, we're 2 days after the last recording. I didn't record yesterday, but the structure is complete as far as Spencer's gonna build it. So I put the lights up last night. I hung up some banners. I guess he still has some cleanup to do, but there it is. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna temporarily cover the walls because it's cold outside. I don't like working in the cold. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get a whole lot of sunlight after 4, right? Unless we do some type of strip lights at the top there. So I'm definitely thinking about doing some windows or, leaving it opening up there. And then I'll probably do the same on this side up here, just so we get that daylight. There's our lights. I'll show you what those look like at night. Here's our banner. Oh, there's my junk. Here we go.
Hi guys, this is me, CJ. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking, because you liked it. It really helps out the channel, and feel free to comment if you have any questions, concerns, or comments. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, also, I don't know your names, but if you helped out in the process of building this shop, please feel free to comment down below. So yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.